Probably the most important athlete that I ever coached the weakness out of was myself. I was a track and field athlete my freshman year in college. I had walked on to the University of South Carolina's track and field team, unknowing that I was coming into the program that was probably the top 2 to 3 program in the nation for the throws, shot put, discus, hammer. Very physical, very aggressive training regimen. I was completely ill-prepared. Was I weak? Absolutely, I was weak. I was untrained, I was undersized. I was actually young for my grade. So one day after training, we had squatted some unbelievable amount of weight for an unbelievable amount of sets, at least it was for me. So I was riding my bike up the road and I was pumping my legs, getting up this long hill on Sumter Street. And because I had squatted and lifted so hard that day to pretty much my physical level or where I felt it was, my legs started seizing up like concrete setting. And to the point where I slowed to a stop, and as a tear came out of my eye, and my hands still on the handlebars, my butt still on the seat, and my feet still on the pedals, I just tipped over. And I just laid there in the grass. And I started crying. And I was like, I can't do this. This doesn't make sense. I signed up for this? But what I later found was that was probably arguably like one of the biggest decisions of my life. Because at that point, I learned how to work. I learned how to push through stuff that I shouldn't have been there. I wasn't talented enough to be there. I wasn't strong enough or big enough or recruited enough. I was not supposed to be there. And that's now becoming a habit. And that's now becoming a personal brand that I could get on top of mountains and I could go beyond expectation. And I could go beyond pain and beyond weakness because now I'm supposed to be there.